How do you guys feel about parks? Just like city parks and stuff like that.
Who doesn't like parks?
Like in general?
Yeah, just like as a place to go to, you know, waste an afternoon or something like that.
What, for as an adult?
As an adult and a kid.
Well, as an adult, I think it's fine every now and then. You know, just touch some grass.
Parks.
Yeah,
especially in Tokyo because you fucking need it.
Yeah,
because you don't see grass otherwise. Like you gotta go. You gotta go on like every once in a while, bro. Or otherwise you
fill up that capacity.
Yeah, you're never gonna see any.
Yeah.
Like London has so much fucking parks and like lovely scenery, and like Tokyo is like, how about one park?
But you have to pay to get in.
Yeah, you pay to get in. Or Yoyogi Park, where everyone on earth in Japan goes to. And it's like, well, this is shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, because I've been
Why, do you have a hot take on parks?
I don't know if it's just parks in Japan or anything like that. I just don't like them. Like, I just like, for me,
shit
like,
take.
For me.
Shit take.
Wait, did you like parks in the UK?
Not really.
Why not?
What do you do in them? Just walk?
It's not like a cinema. It's not like
just
there's
walk?
something to do.
Just walk?
You enjoy it.
You got to make your own fun.
You're like terminally online. I think. What do you mean? What do? You just go to the park. You chill out. You walk. You breathe in. Do you like walking?
Walking's fine, but I can walk anywhere, right?
Can't the type of motherfucker walk outside and be like, what's the quest?
That is me, right? Like my favorite parks, right? My favorite parks, for example, is if there's like an activity to do at the park.
Like
maybe,
what?
Like a playground or something?
You know, maybe.
Why would Gant want to go on a playground?
No,
I don't know.
Because
sometimes I do.
The reason I bring this up, and this is why I'm like married to Sydney, is because we have exactly the same opinions. We start like walking around, which we explore like part of our neighborhood, and there's a park that we've never been to.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, maybe we should explore the park. That's what people do on dates, right? That's what humans act like, right? On dates, people
sound like an alien that just landed on Earth. It's humans do this thing called walking in the park for fun.
Yeah. So
Let's try it out.
So we go in this park, and you have to pay to get in this park. So we're like, okay, must be a pretty big park.
Oh, wow. Which one?
I don't remember the park name. It's near to where I live, so I don't really want to dox myself.
Yeah.
But
clearly he doesn't care.
There's not a lot of parks in Japan where you have to pay.
Yeah, only the big ones.
Yeah. So we pay to get in, and we've paid to get into parks before. Normally what we like to do is we like to cycle around the park. There's normally it's normally big enough to have like a bike rental, and we just cycle around. That to me is like...
In Japan?
Yeah, in Japan.
Is there?
I don't know. There isn't anywhere near
I've
where
never
I
heard of
live.
bike rental in
I
parks in Japan.
remember there was one pretty famous one that's massive.
In Tokyo?
I'm not sure if it's in Tokyo or Saitama. I'll have to double check.
Yeah, it
but
might
it's
not be in
not.
Tokyo.
It's definitely not in like the center.
Yeah,
but you know, that's the kind of park experience I like.
Sure.
Maybe I just hate walking, right? Because me and Sydney.
Sounds like you hate walking.
Me and Sydney are just walking around and being like, "Where's the fun? When does the fun start?"
You just take it in. You breathe. You know. It's like good for you to look at green.
We had this moment where we were just like walking around. We were just walking around, and we were just like, you know, we were just like walking around, like asking us like, why do people go to parks? Just like asking each other, why do people enjoy parks and everything like that? And then we walk past, and there was this one kid just having the fucking time of his life, just like collecting leaves and fucking just like jumping in them, like collecting them again. And we were just like, fuck that kid. I wish I was that kid. Fuck that kid.
Because kids below like 8 can entertain themselves with anything.
Yeah, they have fun with their imagination.
Yeah,
the park is just a bonus.
Yeah, I was like, God damn it. I wish I was having that much fun.
No, dude, bro, that's so nice. Just chilling, just walking around a park and just, you know, having like that 20 minutes of just nothing.
Yeah, there are just some days where I'm just like, I don't have it often because I'm a lot like Gaunt, where I'm like, the majority of the time when I go outside, I'm there to fulfill a quest. But like some days, man, you just wake up or you're doing some shit and you're just like, fuck, I just need to get out.
Yeah, you just grab a coffee.
Yeah, you just go out
around the park,
just walk out of your house, just go in a random direction for like, it doesn't even have to be long, 10, 15 minutes. And that just refreshes your mind. It's so nice.
No, I get that because like to me,
and so why don't you just do that, but do it in a park?
Like, why are you expecting like a fucking quick time event or something?
because like Okay.
You're waiting for that one NPC
Yeah,
to give you the side quest.
What are you hoping? What did you expect the park to be?
I don't know. It just feels. It's always felt weird for me.
Yeah.
You know, having to go to a place to fulfill. No. Okay.
You don't have to.
I love like the feeling you guys are talking about, but like to me, like that's spontaneous. You know, that's spontaneous. I love, for example.
Oh, so you're asking why people go to the park on routine?
Yeah, is it for the environment?
Yeah,
There's
a lot of studies been done, but like just being around like nature or seeing a lot of like green nature, is just generally quite healthy. And I can't remember. There's so many studies on it, but I don't know any off the top of my head. But it's very relaxing. It's good for you. And you should do it.
Yeah, that's why I used to love in Australia. I used to love going on like bushwalks and like you know, just like through the rainforest.
It's relaxing.
Yeah, no,
I
love that because like,
and it's not exciting.
And it's
Every
just-
direction you look, it's
Like-
just trees, but it's nice.
I do it not semi-regularly. Like every few weeks, I'll go to the park, just walk.
yeah,
have a
like
good one, have a morning coffee.
Because for me, I think what's always like not weirded me out, but one thing that I've never like got parks like personally is just because it always felt like so artificial, you know, in terms of like, I love the feeling of waking up and just exploring nature and everything like that. And that's why I really value it on like trips where we go to somewhere where it is an actual like, you know, beautiful place where you just can wake up, go to the countryside and you just get that kind of feeling. Parks have always been like, I go there and I never ever get that feeling of the same tranquility. It's just like, oh, if I walk for like 10, 15 minutes, I'm going to reach the end and go back to the city.
I mean, it's just like, obviously in like parks are mainly for cities, right? Where it's just so much concrete, drab, gray. Yeah, it's to
I mean,
make
it is
feel
artificial.
More, you know, it's to make it feel more livable. That's why, like, you know, Japan had figured out, they were like, oh wait, we should have built more trees in our cities, because the newer parts of Tokyo all have trees.
Yes.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Because you realize, like, subconsciously in your brain, you're like, oh, this is so much nicer because there's nature with the concrete.
Yeah.
You know, it does something in your brain where you just feel like, oh, this is more pleasant.
Yeah, that's why, in my opinion, some of the best cities I've been to are the ones that are built around the nature. Or it's built within the nature. Not so much like Tokyo, where it's like, let's just take all the nature away, replace it with buildings. Yeah, and then maybe every fucking 10, 20 meters, we'll plant one skinny ass
I think London
anemic
has
tree.
like the most parks to city ratio, I think.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Really?
Could we check that, Kai?
Yeah, and I think this comes back to when I was a kid, because it always weirded me out as a kid, where it was just like the concept of just plopping in greenery in like a concrete jungle. I don't mean, I get it now as an adult to be like, you know, you need a change of environment or something like that.
Yeah.
But I just like, to me as a kid, it was, I never went to a park for that. If I was going to a park, I was playing footy or was going to the playground or doing an activity. And as an adult, I still mentally, like, I link parks to like the same kind of mental barrier where it needs to be going there for a singular activity.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with this, in your age, to want to go to the park to play footy with your mates.
Oh no, yeah.
In my opinion.
But also, it's important for cities to have communal spaces.
Yes,
right?
of course.
Like in Tokyo, where the fuck can you go?
Yeah.
It's like an open space. And
Nowhere.
like nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing
You
in
have to
Tokyo.
go outside of Tokyo
Like,
for that.
Tokyo is like, you know, you can't do anything.
You have to go towards like fucking Mitaka, like, you know, out east.
So, you know, it's good to have options.
Yeah.
Go on, Kai.
Yeah, so London's 33%.
33% parks to
Yeah.
city. Wow, that's
Yeah,
a lot.
London has a shit ton of parks. It's
Holy
pretty
shit.
nice.
Why did I not see a single park in London?
Because you're in central London.
Yeah, honestly,
But even then, central London has a lot of parks.
Really?
You're probably walking
I saw
on
one park actually.
You're probably walking on the touristy spots, and the biggest one is Hyde Park, obviously. That's very touristy.
Yeah.
But that, you know, even where like
I mean,
where I
like,
lived in London,
The
there was like
London
5
parks are like fucking massive to the
Huge.
point
Right.
where you forget that it's a park.
Right.
I think that's also played into the fact that there are a lot of like small parks in Tokyo as well.
Yes.
But I'm just like, this ain't a park. This is a patch of grass.
Well, because London
with
will
some
have
trees in it. You
London
know.
will have this is the park. There's 2 football pitches, a pond, and a bunch of other shit.
Yeah.
Enough space for you to do whatever you want. Like,
Yeah.
it's valued a lot more, I think, in
definitely.
Europe than say. Well, not that it was valued a lot more. I think it just wasn't in the city planning when Tokyo was being developed. Right? It was more about developing space for commercial uses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh shit.
Just trying to build as much infrastructure in a small amount of space as possible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then obviously now we figured out that, hey, if you build a city with more trees and more green, that people are happier.
Yep.
Like, I think it is like there is a correlation between how happy a city
absolutely.
is and how
Yeah.
much nature there is there or accessible. Like, because in Tokyo, it's like everyone's like, oh, don't worry, just leave Tokyo. And it's like, well, that's a shit solution.
That's why like I could never live in like central Tokyo, and that's why I don't live in central Tokyo, because it's like every time I go to central Tokyo, I'm like, this is drab as fuck. Like there's no greenery. Like again, as someone who grew up next to a fucking national park, if I don't see even a little bit of greenery, I just panic.
Oh, you're saying Wales. It's all fucking nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all fields. I like it.
But
I miss it.
it's
That's why I
good,
need to
though.
hit a green.
Yeah, that's what you want. That's what you want.
Yeah, even living in Brighton, I would love to take drives like down to like the South Downs and everything like that. You know, just get like, I don't know. To me, that is what an escape is. You know, to me, it's like a commitment to get into like a proper environment to reset myself, and I really, really like that.
So if you in Sydney don't like parks, what do you do?
Sorry?
So if you in Sydney don't like parks, or like don't like walking through parks, what is like the equivalent that you guys do?
I don't know. We
How
just
do you
like,
see nature?
Yeah.
how do we see nature?
Yeah, how do you experience?
I mean, normally we just take
Through my 4K TV.
I mean, normally we just take like a weekend trip outside of Tokyo or something.
right.
Or if we have a date, then we normally have an activity we're doing on that date. The activity isn't going to a park. The activity, if we go to a park, the activity is going to a park to do X or to do Y or to cycle around, if that makes sense.
Right.
To me, like, it's going to sound weird, but just walking, to me, I don't really count that as an activity. It's just a thing that I do.
I like walking.
If I'm walking, I need a destination to walk to.
Okay, I get that.
I can't just be walking for the sake of walking. I don't know if that makes any sense.
I like walking for the sake of walking.
I get gone in that
Yeah.
sense. Like I also like I'm slowly starting to get better at it, because Aki's definitely the type of person who just wants to like walk with no destination.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's fun when I do it with you, but not when I'm by myself. Because then I'm just like, well, fuck, I'm just wasting time at this point. Like I could be doing something else at this time, even though I know in my head this is good for me.
Yeah.
Right. And it's a good escape from all the other shit I'm doing. But I think, again, I'm just like perpetually just bound to my work in that sense, where I'm trying to escape, and yet in my head I'm just like, could be answering emails right now.
Yeah. I
I'll
know.
head back, yeah.
I know sometimes it's about the journey, not the destination. But
Always about the journey.
It is always about the journey or the destination. But sometimes I need that destination to make me appreciate the journey.
I agree.
Just
agree with that.
so I can have that mental thing of just, okay, I know where I'm going, and then I could just, zone out and just appreciate the journey. I appreciate that a lot of people are just like, I'm just going to do whatever, and we'll find out what the destination is along the way. I cannot do that fucking shit. Give me a destination. Give me an endpoint. Give me a goal to work towards,
I'm
even
the
if
same,
it's just like the most bare bones, like simple goal,
Yeah.
and that would just like allow me to like feel
Just tell me I need to like go to a fucking Family Mart.
Yeah.
Like it's better. I know there's one around the corner, but I'm like, you know what? I'll skip that one, go to the next one.
Yeah.
To make the journey worth it.
Look,
Even
you-
that is fine.
Look, you can put me here and the destination here, and go this fucking route, and I'll
Yeah.
be like, okay, let's go that route. But if you just tell me, oh, let's just go up here and just see where we go, I'm like, no, give me a destination. just tell me where we're going. Tell me where we're ending up. Is it a Family Mart? Are we going for the family chicken? Just let me know.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's strange. I guess I don't really mind, because in my head I'm like, oh, it's just a form of light exercise.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, that's fine then. I'm just like, if in my head, if it's exercise, I'm like, oh yeah, cool.
No, and like, I see it that way as well. But again, it's like I'm more determined to go through that exercise if I knew where I was going.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it could be like super fucking fast, super short. It doesn't matter. Just the fact that I have a goal to reach makes me work for the goal, and it makes it worth working towards the goal.
Yeah.
I think the reason why I like IRL streaming as well is that I can kind of pseudo exercise while doing it, just walking around all the time.
Yeah.
All day.
You're just a
for
content
hours.
machine.
I
Yeah.
want to make content, but I want to min-max everything.
Yeah.
I just like the fact that I can create content and be somewhat active at the same time.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's
yeah.
kind of nice as
For
well.
sure.
Because it's like, oh, okay, I don't feel like such a slob, and I can go home and relax, and I feel like, oh, that was not bad. I was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, but then when you get home and you're like, fuck, I have to make content.
although I normally drink when I do IRL, so I cancel any benefit.